EROG Uganda is the environmental rights organization's, the Uganda chapter, an idea that was birthed through the meeting that we had in Mombasa last year in September, which arose as a need to fill the gaps that exist between the grassroots environmental human rights defenders and the national actors. Today we managed to launch this Uganda chapter with a lot of conversations happening between the different environmental rights organizations, giving in their ideas on how it should look like, its vision and mission, and what impact we all expect to have, and also it being a baby to the National Coalition for Human Rights Defenders. We think that this environmental rights organization's Uganda chapter will complement the work of the National Coalition for Human Rights.
What's your position or role in this EROG?
I am the steering committee chairperson for the formative stage.
All right. What are the specific areas that you intend to tackle in this period, for instance, in a year or 2 years?
In the next 1 to 2 years, we intend to map out the environmental rights actors in different regions, especially at the grassroots levels, who are doing frontline work that exposes them to harm and different risks. And we also intend to formalize it, have it registered, and also introduce it to different stakeholders at the national, regional, and international level.
Specifically, which gaps do you see EROG bridging that haven't been attended to by other human rights and environmental rights defenders?
The first one is about the bridging the gap between the grassroots actors and the national actors, because much of the focus has been on the national actors when it comes to environmental rights, but leaving the voices of the grassroots actors. Secondly, is about the research and documentation, to look at the different violations that happen at the grassroots level, at country level, that are documented to inform the evidence that we need to do the advocacy at the international level. And then also looking at the networking aspect of it. There are different actors that act in individual capacities whose voices have not been captured for a long time, that we think it's the time their voices are heard at different levels.
What are the key specific issues that need much attention in Uganda at large or in specific regions?
First of all is to acknowledge the role the environmental rights actors play in the policy sector, and also the bridging of the gap in the environmental justice that these environmental actors need to play. When it comes to laws that are enacted, are they addressing the gaps that they've been facing? Are they addressing the arbitrary arrests they've been facing? Are they bridging the coordination gap between the duty bearers and the rights holders? So those are some of the specifics we need to address going forward, and also linking up the work at the East African level, being that Uganda is a part of the East African community. This EROG Uganda is a sister to EROG Kenya and EROG Tanzania, and we hope to also bring that together so that we bring our thoughts together and see how to work upon the violations that have always happened in the environmental aspect of our advocacy.
How did you look at the issue, for instance, like the emerging oil developments that carry a lot of environmental aspects?
We see that is bringing a lot of course, GDP to the country, but also it has a negative impact on the environment. So our role is to ensure that we bring this information through research-based evidence to the actors that are involved in the processes, to be aware of the impact this development is bringing. Of course, every development comes with both positive and negative impacts. So we are looking at how to mitigate the negative impacts of these developments, especially when it comes to energy transition processes that are happening.
Are there some EROG organizations also in other parts of the world, apart from Kenya and Tanzania?
Apparently, the EROGs that we are now working with are in Kenya and Tanzania, but we hope when this is successful, we spread over to the different other 7 countries of the East African region, that is Southern Sudan, we have Rwanda, Burundi, and Eastern Congo, and so on and so forth. But so far, this is a new movement that we are trying to build to activate our efforts towards protecting and preserving our environment.
Kazi-Njema, online, live from Hoima City.